What's the good word, y'all? Welcome to the New York Jets Syndicate channel. It's your boy DKB here, and we have been having very different reports in terms of our draft targets now that we finally know we have Aaron Rodgers in the building. He just completed his press conference today. He looks very, very good in green and black colors. And everybody was focused on the offensive line, which still should be a priority for this team. But the recent reports have been saying that Aaron Rodgers, or at least the New York Jets team, may decide the best course of action is to get as many weapons as possible in this building. And so, looking at number 15, with the possibility of generally the consensus number one wide receiver in this draft, Ohio State Jaxon Smith-Njigba, we may want to go ahead and scoop him up and solidify this wide receiver room for the foreseeable future, and potentially look at trade options for a tackle if we need to go out there and still go that route as opposed to a center. But thinking about it, I don't know if it'd be the smartest use of resources. He's the best of his group's archetype, right? Kind of the quintessential slot wide receiver in this draft. He's just done it at a more elite level than anybody else. Between playoffs where he scored over 300 plus yards on a team, and then topping 1,600 yards, scooping up I want to say it's almost double digit touchdowns. And this is on a wide receiver room, that also had at one point Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. We're talking about Marvin Harrison is one of those next elite guys that's going to take over the world. And so you feel very, very strong about him, right? Strong hands, average to above average athleticism. But I don't know if he moves the needle for this team as much as an offensive tackle would be able to help us out. But it's all hearsay, right? One of the most interesting facts that I found out that I've been bringing up pretty strongly recently is that during Aaron Rodgers' entire 18-year career, he's never been able to throw a pass to a round one wide receiver. Not one, right? And so I'm sure the allure, he already has Garrett Wilson in the building. He'll have Corey Davis, but the allure of being able to work with somebody that's already coming in with a very strong skill set that he doesn't have to necessarily coach up to the upper echelons of the league. He can already start with a strong foundation, and maybe they have a legendary connection over those this first year, 2 years for him. I think that is the best case outcome for those that do want to argue a wide receiver is necessary. This is also going to be dependent on, of course, how the board falls out. We only dropped 2 picks, but we're still talking about the Patriots being ahead of us. Green Bay also had an aging line, so maybe they want to take a look at taking the tackle. There's a realm of possibility that the top 4 guys could be off the board for us, let alone, other people that might want to trade up if they feel like there's a certain option slipping. And for those that have been paying attention to the mock drafts, most recently, there's been some crazy things going on. Bijan Robinson getting drafted in the top 10 for those that love Darnell Wright as a sneaky option. He's been flying off the board at like number 8. And then Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski are still falling off. So you're talking about maybe looking at a guy like Broderick Jones, and then it's the fall off. DeJuan Jones, Cody Mock, depending on if you still like him as a tackle. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting case study for us. It's a different element of thinking that we have to be in, considering we finally have our quarterback situation figured out. Now this is going to be, either what offers the best impact in this short-term 1 to 2 year period, or you balance it out and you say what can bring us the best value right now, as well as when Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone. In my opinion, that's still going to be the offensive line, where we're still an injury or 2 away from being in another very, very scary situation. And it's not for lack of talent, but more so you just can't be confident in a lot of these injuries and illnesses that we have guys coming back from. So let me know where you fall on the spectrum with this. Do you want a wide receiver in round 1? Do you still think that tackle should be the focus for us? And how do you think that'll play out with Aaron Rodgers being in the fold? And I'll catch you guys again. Peace.